What is going on, my peeps? Man Versicles back with another video, back here to finally show you guys my device that I got on Samsung due to the Samsung Unpacked event. And you already know what that is, baby. The Galaxy Z Flip3. Now, of course, interesting that they named it the 3 because technically we didn't get a Z Flip 2 by nomenclature or by name scheme. Technically, we did get two different types of Z Flips last year, the Z Flip LTE and the Z Flip 5G. So maybe by that standard, that's why they wanted to call this the Z Flip 3. But nonetheless, we finally got it. It came today. They delayed me by a day because I should have got this yesterday. But now they're playing games. ooh. Yes, guys, I got the Phantom Black, which at first glance looks like it was gloss, but then when I saw a closer up look in Jay Williams' video when he put a tied up picture, it actually looked matted. So we're gonna find out right now, because so far I'm the only one that I've seen with the Phantom Black as of right now. I've seen a lot of people get the cream color or the green, so it will be interesting to see what this black looks like. We already know tech-wise, you get Samsung Snapdragon 888, right? 5nm processor, by the way, as well, which means it's gonna do much better in terms of battery life. It's got 3,300 milliamps with the original Z Flip 5G, which I got right here. Which you guys see, lovely. This phone did very great in terms of battery life. In my opinion, I didn't really have to worry about it, and so much improvements with the processor and the size, power, battery improvements, and that's like all that fun stuff. No doubt we're gonna see that in the Z Flip 3. Also, durability wise, way better as well. You're looking at armored aluminum and Gorilla Glass Victor, an improved flexible display on the inside, and I got the 256 gig version. As we know, they have 128 and 256. They were basically doing a free upgrade to the 256. With the Z Fold 3, they were like, it was actually cheaper by $50 to get the 512 gig. It was actually pretty interesting. Now, when you do go for the 256, it limits your colors. That's why I was only able to get the black. I would have gotten white. It had that panda look, but I would have had to wait an additional 6 weeks. Couldn't do that, so I got the Phantom Black instead. And the colors that you would have gotten is black, gray, pink, and white. And for the 256 gig, and 128 had the lavender and the cream also, and the green also. So we're about to get into this, but before we do, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that we never miss my videos. And we can sit back, see what's cracking. Let me know down in the comment section below if you got a flip device. Which one is it? Are you interested in flip phones or foldable phones? Let me know down in the comment section below. Now, let's get into the video. And one more notable mention, as you guys see right here. Boom. Them boys right there. I got them Galaxy Buds 2. It only cost me like $20 with the credit that they were giving for the trade-ins and the pre-order deal that Samsung was doing. Got the Buds 2 in that olive green, looking really clean. I like that they went with like an all-white look for the case and stuff. So this will be in a separate video coming up shortly after the Z Flip 3 5G unboxing and first impression video. And of course, you guys already know I do full coverage of the device. I'll even compare it against the Z Flip 5G from last year. I hope that they finally drop the 5G name here, because it seems like every single phone that's come out now within the last year or two have been 5G. So we know 5G's here. Please drop that from the naming scheme, please. Everybody, Samsung, T-Mobile, like, please. So that's what we got going on right there. Now let's get into the box, and Tigers, do your thing. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Yo, they're not playing with the tape this year. Now, one of the things I will say is, in terms of packaging, you guys see before we open it, it is very slim. Like, and I will say that I do enjoy their packaging, but because it's getting lighter and lighter in terms of contents within the package, I would at least like to see it maintain a little bit of additional thickness and maybe just additional protection inside the box for the device, especially for these foldable phones like the Z Flip and the Z Fold 3. I would like to see additional maybe protection, and padding within the box. So maybe could it be a little thicker, something like that, even just to make sure the device is thick inside. It does come honeycomb wrapped in the box. So that is some protection right there. But I would like to see that much more additional protection. Now, upon opening it, oh Lord. Now, if I open my Z Flip here, as you guys see, doesn't look too bad. I mean, you guys can kind of see over there from the side, but there's been some improvements to the actual like design of the phone, and they have a little lift tab here. Ooh, and it feels good. So one of the things I was looking forward to, it does weigh a little bit more, and I think it's because of that refined, the newer glass. This had like Gorilla Glass 5, I think, on the original Z Flip 5G. This one has Victa on it, so that's also great. And it does feel heavier because of that armored aluminum. So the hinge and the framing is much more protected, and it is looking matted. Ah, yes, ah. Oh yes, it is matted, guys. So that's what it looks like. Oh, I am happy. Oh, thank you. The color that we wanted on the S21, we got, well, that came with the S21 Ultra. We got on the Z Flip 3, and I am bananas happy. So now, before we get into that, what you get in the box, pretty much nothing. You get a semi-jack tool, which we'll use here shortly to, migrate my data over my carrier, which is T-Mobile. But now I'm fully unlocked. My S21 was unlocked. Now my Z Flip is unlocked, and I don't think I'll really be going back to T-Mobile unless I absolutely have to, or they're running a trade-in deal that's even better than Samsung's. But Samsung wasn't too bad. I was able to maintain. I know Jay Will was talking about in his video how the trade-in value went down on a previous device you traded in. I did not experience that with my trade-in for the Z Flip 3. I traded in my Z Flip, of course, which I got like $600 trade-in credit, and then I traded in 3 watches. Now that's where they did not do as great of a job with the trade-in credit. Basically cheapskating you to some degree on the trade-in value of the watches. Now, if you was to trade in at least one of the watches for one of the newer watches, you would get $100 to $150 trade-in credit, but then they skimp you down to $50 a piece thereafter for the watches. So I traded in the 3 watches I don't wear no more, and I was able to total $750 worth of trade-in credit. So that's one of the things I hope that they improve on. I was really hoping that they were going to give us a great deal in terms of running out of space here. I was really hoping they were going to do a great job in terms of the trade-in like they did it earlier this year with the S21. Trading in the S20 for the S21 got you $700, so you only paid $100 for the S21. I was hoping that they would have hooked us experimental gang up with the foldables to do the same thing, but they didn't. So unfortunately, we still got okay trade-in deal overall. I'm not too mad at it, but in terms of trading in wearables, I was hoping to get at least $50 more for at least one of the watches. So it is what it is. The watches I traded in was the Gear S3 Frontier, the Galaxy Watch, and the Galaxy Active 2. I like wearing this bad boy here, although I think I may have just damaged it, and it's supposed to be waterproof. I'm gonna find out soon enough. Also in this little thing, you get your little quick start guide, and that's pretty much it. So nothing too fancy or spectacular there. Now, putting this back in here, and putting this together like this, and putting this baby right here where you guys can not see it. We have the phone. Now, as you guys can see, oh my Lord have mercy. I like the increased cover screen. Yes, it's 1.9 inches. They say it's 4 times bigger. And basically, if you was to maybe rotate, so if you was to rotate, oh yeah, that's definitely much better. But I like this Mystic Gray we got here too, because it hides fingerprints, as you guys see. But if you flip this up and then maybe just add an additional 2 to 3 across the board, you would actually get 4 times bigger from that perspective. Well, I guess it's also 4 times bigger because you take this and then move it here and then you double it above, it does pretty much equal that. So it is 4 times bigger. I'll give it to them. I know I was kind of being a little picky in my podcast episode talking about it, but here's what we got so far. Now let's go ahead and remove. Oh, am I supposed to do this? Oh, yes. I like how they put this little black piece here to protect the screen. I love it. I dig it. Now, last year I took off. Wow, it does feel so much different. It actually feels a little bit more like a full phone this time. than this one, and I think it's because of the framing. This framing was a little bit too slim and round, and it did not feel as good to hold as this does when, you know, unfolded or unflipped. So they're both 6.7 inches, and as you guys can see, that cover display is beautiful. Way better camera tech this year. The camera tech in the the Z Flip 5G was basically from the S10 series. The cameras are now up to date on the Z Flip 3. You get two 12 megapixel wide and ultra wide, and you get a 10 megapixel on the front, whereas you basically had like an 8 megapixel, I believe, on the front, and then these were like 10 or 12 megapixels, but they were not that great. Now they sent a lot of battery improvements to, or camera improvements to the Z Flip 5G, but it ultimately got them to being decent. Now I did use this to shoot my gear accessories video. My side cam that you guys saw was from the Z Flip, because I was using my A61, well, my A6100 right here to actually shoot that video. So enough about the Z Flip. We're gonna keep the rest of the comments about that in the comparison video. But checking out here, you do get an included screen protector on the inside that I may remove again, depending on how it feels touching the display. But along the sides here, you got your power button up here. No, your volume rocker up here, sorry. The power button right here. And the radio or the antennas are much more incognito because of the color of the phone. And this Phantom Black is beautiful. I mean, it's basically like a steel gray, but it is so magnificently beautiful, guys. I mean, it's just like, goodness gracious. I just, yes. And then of course the inside, yes, this feels so much better to hold than the Z Flip, and thank you. And it looks like improved speakers in the inside in terms of call quality, and you know, speakers. There's speakers. You get one speaker at the bottom. Of course, you got mics at the bottom. USB-C right here. If you guys can see that here, I don't know how much it will actually. There we go. So you got your USB-C, your mics, and then a speaker right here. And then if you see up there, you see those grills, all for speaker quality right there as well. And then your SIM card right here is on the left side. When holding it, it's right there. So keep that in mind when you're looking at putting, of course, your your SIM card into the phone. I will say, light is what makes the slight crease on the inside a little more visible, but I can already tell that there has been an improvement in the Flex nonetheless, and of course that will be tried and tested as we use the phone throughout time. So, oh, I'm scared to flex it. All right. Oh, yes, that clasp. And I also like how, now actually it's different, and this is the last comparison, but there is more space when flip closed with the Z Flip 3 than with the Z Flip 5G. So that's also interesting, and I don't know if it's just because it's thicker and therefore you would imagine it'd be less room, but I think these little pieces here raise it just slightly higher, and maybe they wanted that space in between the phone, each phone piece. You guys can probably see right here, there is a bit of a phone gap. I mean, you probably can see some of the red table on my hand, through the phone. Yeah, see, boom, right there. And then the other thing you guys get to see also is even the hinge is matted out in color before. This one, shiny and all that fun jazz. This is matted out as well, so that's something I like. And did they already scratch my baby up? All right, so that is the Galaxy Z Flip. Of course, we got to turn it on. Pressing and holding the power button. There should be enough juice for it to pop on, and it does. And it does on there too. So if we want to see, boom, Samsung Galaxy, boom, right there. Look at that. Oh, yes. Now this is what I was waiting on right here. As much as I enjoyed the Galaxy Z Flip 5G, the reason why I could not enjoy it as much as I wanted to was because of the lack of 120 hertz, and it was first gen tech, of course. So seeing the second gen, it's way better. There's so much more improvements that I will get into in the comparison that I'm just so geeked about right now. And I'm actually even looking forward to seeing what the actual third iteration of this looks like, much like the Z Fold 3. The Z Fold 3 comes with a under display camera on the inside when unfolded, and the subtle refinements that you see in terms of build quality and whatnot between the Z Fold 2 and Z Fold 3. I can't wait to see what they do with the Z Flip 3 to Z Flip 4. So that's something that is exciting. Of course, you got your start screen. The screen is brighter, it's beautiful. Now, I did not hear them mention whether or not this also has an e-power or eco-power display, as they mentioned for the Z Fold 3. You know, being able to emit 29% brighter despite it being able to save more battery. I would imagine this also does, but they definitely mentioned it for the Z Fold 3. So if you guys, you know, have clarification on that, of course, leave it down in the comment section below. But this is the first impressions of the Z Fold 3. Hopefully you guys appreciate it, enjoyed it. We will be coming right back with first impressions or a review 24 hours later, you know, coming down the line here. I love the fact that this is matte. I was so kind of frightened, like, oh man, we're going back to gloss. And it looks like it's glossy for the cream, and it looks kind of glossy for the white. And this actually makes me even more excited for the white had I actually waited to get it, but I'm definitely not mad at this stealthy, incognito, espionage, business class black that they got going on right here. And you know we're gonna have fun working out this display here. So be on the lookout for the amount of coverage I will have with the Z Fold 3 and the Z Fold, the Z Flip 3 compared to the Z Flip, and of course the Z Flip 3 coverage nonetheless. I have playlists already developed on my channel for the Z Flip, for the Tab S7 Plus, for the S21, the S20, S10e, Tab S6, Tab S4, like all the coverage I've done on devices I've used, OnePlus, Google, Pixel 4, and all the like, you can see and find on my channel. So if you are interested in seeing the series of videos that I get into with most of the devices, and if there's ones that you are looking forward to, of course, drop comments down below on this video, but check those out also if you will. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that we never miss my videos, and we can sit back and see what's cracking. But your man Versatile signing out until the next video. Wait for it.